Hi, welcome back. If you are our new subscriber, you may have some outstanding amount for your creditors, or from your debtors, or balance of accounts, either in Excel form, or in any accounting system. And therefore, you would want to carry forward those outstanding amount or balance of accounts here. In order to do so, you shall key in those outstanding amount or balance of accounts as opening balance in our system. In this video, let us guide you on how to key in opening balance for your creditors and debtors, general ledger, and bank reconciliation. Assuming you have logged into the system, before you can start key in the opening balance, you need to ensure your chart of account master, creditor master and debtor master are being maintained accordingly. In the system, click the accounting menu. Under periodical control, click the plus sign to open the opening balance menu folder. Let us start with account payable opening balance for creditors by clicking on the account payable menu. Click the add button to start adding the outstanding amount for each of your creditors. You can search and select the corresponding creditor. Once you have selected the correct creditor, click the submit button. Click the add record button to start adding the outstanding amount to the creditor group account accordingly. The list of creditor group account is based on the accounts you maintained in chart of account master, under current liabilities, creditor hierarchy. Once you have selected the creditor group account, you can key in the date. By default, the date is 1 day earlier than the system starting date. The date changed must be earlier than the new starting date in the system, otherwise, system will prompt you an alert message, as shown here. Let's key 31st December 2013 as the outstanding date. You can key in the corresponding document reference number here. Says OSINV123. You can put in any sub-reference or description, if there is any, then key in the outstanding amount. Here, we key in 1000 for example. Once you have done, just click the submit button to save the record. Repeat the same steps for the rest of your creditors. Now, let us proceed to account receivable opening balance for debtors. Go back to accounting, periodical control, opening balance menu selection. Click on the account receivable menu. Click the add button to start adding the outstanding amount for each of your debtors. You can search and select the corresponding debtors. If you have set a default salesman and term for the debtor and debtor master, please select to use the default salesman and term, otherwise, can leave it untick. Then, click the submit button. Click the add record button to start adding the outstanding amount to the debtor group account accordingly. The list of debtor group account is based on the accounts you maintained in chart of account master, under current assets, debtor hierarchy. Once you have selected the debtor group account, key in the correct outstanding date. Again, by default, the date is always 1 day earlier than the system starting date. The date you changed to must be earlier than the starting date in the system, otherwise, system will prompt you an alert message. Let's keep the default date. Key in the corresponding document reference number. Says OSRINV456. Put in any sub-reference or description, if there is any, then key in the outstanding amount. Here, says we key in 1000 for example. If you have more outstanding records, you can continue to add records. Otherwise, just click the submit button to save the record. Repeat the same steps for the rest of your debtors. Let us continue to general ledger opening balance for the journal accounts. Go back to accounting, periodical control, opening balance menu selection. Click on the general ledger menu. Click add record button to add the balance of each journal accounts. Select the corresponding journal account. System will show you the hierarchy group of the accounts selected accordingly. Key in the reference number and key in the amount in the correct column, either as debit or credit. Let's add few records here. Once you have done adding the accounts, you need to ensure the balance is 0 in order to make your financial report tally. If your balance is not zero, system will not allow you to save this opening data. Let's make it tally. Once the balance is zero, meaning the data is tally, you can click the Submit button to save the records. Lastly, let's add the opening data for bank accounts. Through Bank Reconciliation Opening Balance. Go back to Accounting, Periodical Control, Opening Balance menu selection. Click on the Bank Reconciliation menu, and you will be able to see the list of bank accounts, those added in Chart of Account Master, under Current Assets, Bank Hierarchy. Let's say we add opening to May bank account. Click on the account code link, and you will see a list of statement page. Click the Add Record button to add the corresponding carried forward data for May bank account. As you can see, by default, the date is 1 day earlier than the system starting date as always. Key in the voucher number and check number if there's any. Key in description, as for your own references, and key in the corresponding amount, in either out column, or in column. Out to indicate bank out, in to indicate bank inches. You can continue to add more records. Once you have done, click the Submit button to save the records. And now, you have learned to key in opening balance in the system. All these opening balance records will be printed in corresponding reports as balance brought forward.